and hello. Welcome to Level 40 Unlocked. I am your host, Seth 40, and this is the series reactions. And today, tonight, or this afternoon, depending on which time you're watching this, I will be reacting to Star Wars The Mandalorian Season 2, Episode 4, presented by Disney Plus. Um, let's see. Last time in Episode 3, we left off with the Mandalorian meeting up with Bo-Katan, and I don't know what the other two Mandalorians that were with her, what their names were. But yeah, it was Bo-Katan. We got to see a holograph of Moff Gideon, Carlos Esposito, and they hijacked the ship, took it over, and Bo-Katan, played by Starbuck from Battlestar Galactica, real name Katie Stackoff, but to me she's Kara Thrace from Battlestar Galactica. Wanted the Mandalorian to join her in her fight to get. She's going after the dark saber. She's going after Moff Gideon. I don't know why that name just always keeps eluding me. But she's going after Moff Gideon to get the dark saber. And as I said in the previous episode, even if you didn't know about her character, which I didn't at the time, but since that episode has aired, I reacted to it, I decided to find out some more about her, because that's what I feel like those episodes. The Mandalorian is designed to make you take interest in the offshoot of Star Wars lore. So I went and found out a little bit more about her. She is connected to Sabine Wren. She is the new possessor of the dark saber, because that's why I was confusing her with Sabine Wren earlier, from the Phoenix Squadron, from the game I played, and also from the animated series The Clone Wars. And I forgot to mention that the second animated series was Star Wars Rebels, in which Bo-Katan heavily appears in. I'm not very familiar with Star Wars Rebels. I believe that's when they went to the skinny lightsabers. I didn't really, when I did flick and find that on the TV, I really wasn't interested in watching it with the skinny lightsabers. I remember the full lightsabers in the Star Wars animated series, The Clone Wars. But yeah, Bo-Katan was apparently a member of the Death Watch, second in command, and a blast from the past Darth Maul from the movie Phantom Menace ended up taking over Mandalore and getting the dark saber from, I guess, the former leader of the Death Watch, and he was supposed to lead all the Mandalorian people, but Bo-Katan was like, nah, she ain't with that. So she started another civil war against the people who followed Darth Maul, and so she was after the dark saber from him last time. Well, at least according to the research I did, the information I did find out about Bo-Katan. But yeah, that was really interesting, and I was happy and shocked to see her in an episode of The Mandalorian, and it worked out. It was a great episode. I believe they directed him to go find Ahsoka Ahsoka Tano, because he was looking for a Jedi to drop the baby Yoda off with, because his first mission was to find more of his people, and then more of his people was supposed to connect him to the network to find Jedi. Well, he found more of his people in the last episode. He found Bo-Katan and two other Mandalorians, and they told him about, the Watch, about him being a child of the Watch, and they don't follow the no helmet rule, and they led him on to our next journey, which should be happening in this episode, is him going to meet up with Ahsoka Tano, because that's where Bo-Katan told him to go if he was looking for a Jedi. Even though I am pretty sure Ahsoka Tano is not a Jedi. Like I said, I didn't watch Star Wars Rebels, and I'm not thoroughly knowledgeable about Star Wars Clone Wars. I only caught a few episodes of that, but I'm pretty sure that she never became a Jedi in that show. I noticed she was always a Padawan every time I saw her. I never saw her referred to as Jedi Knight or Master Jedi, anything like that. So I don't think that she's a Jedi. And I know in the game that I play, Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, that when you select, like, you can select light side, you can select dark side, but you can break it down even further. Like, you can select stormtroopers, Imperial troopers, Clone War troopers, and you can select Jedi. And she never appears in the Jedi selection in the game, so I don't think that she's a Jedi. She does appear on the light side, but she doesn't appear as a Jedi with the game. So who knows? But either way, yeah, that's who we're supposed to be running into, I guess, in this episode. So so far this has been a great show, great series. I'm thoroughly enjoying this, but I've been running into quite a few copyright blocks, and I've disputed each and every one. All 3 episodes have been blocked and disputed. That first episode was blocked 3 times before I even put a dispute in. So I'm going to say this again. This is not a market substitute. I will, as you see, I've changed the layout somewhat since the last video, so that it can be shown that the aspect ratio has changed. There are a lot of things being done. Transparency on the video. There are a lot of things being done to let you know that this is not a market substitute. This is not a substitute for the original content. Please use your Disney Plus subscription to watch the content on their network. And with that being said, let's jump right on into it and enjoy.
Okay, do you have the wire?
Who's he talking to?
No, nothing.
Is he talking to Baby Yoda?
Hey.
Oh no! If Baby Yoda is smart enough,
Wire out. The red wire. No, hold them apart.
yep. Who didn't see that coming?
Are you okay?
But yeah, I was about to straight just lose my mind if Baby Yoda was intelligent enough to repair a starship or a spaceship, but not smart enough to know that eating the frog eggs was a bad idea. I think I've asked this before, but I really do wonder, are certain alien species just criminals in the Star Wars universe? It's still a great action scene, though. Oh, that was smooth. And that's how you open up a show. The patchwork on the Razor Crest is just so disrespectful. Hopefully his ship gets a glow up like his armor did. Damn.
Let's fix this man's ship. I want it as good as new.
Don't eat the children. Wow. I don't think any of the Star Wars food looks good. Not even these blue macaroons. He going to force take them out away from you. Baby Yoda is greedy. Not one. He taking the whole pack. That is how bullies start. He looks familiar.
The two have met.
This is Navarro.
Yeah, what other type of help, man? We need you to hurt some
Entire
people.
area is a green. Completely safe.
Need you to blow something up.
But over on this side is the problem.
It's an old Imperial base.
It's where all those troops came from when we defeated Moff Gideon.
All those troops came from that base because that base is holding something very important to some very important people. That's why they have not abandoned it and left it.
We sneak in, overload the reactor, and get the hell out of there.
Okay.
Controls are useless, they're melted.
Well, it's probably not rated for lava.
Imperial trash.
Hold tight. Empty base, huh?
If we drain the cooling lines, this whole base will go up in a matter of minutes.
knowledge.
You know how much we can get for this on the black market?
And it's gonna get vaporized like the rest of this base. Now let's go.
I thought I was going to see Ahsoka Tano in this one. Oh, hell no.
All right, she's gonna blow. Let's go. Let's get out of here.
How long do we have?
10 minutes at most.
Wow, that's a long time.
Destroy it.
Told you it was something there that was important. They wanted to keep secret. Is that the Emperor?
I thought you said this was a forward operating base.
I thought it was.
No, this isn't a military operation. This is a lab.
Replicated the results of the subsequent trials, which also resulted in catastrophic failure. There were promising effects for an entire fortnight, but then, sadly, the body rejected the blood.
That's the doctor who wanted the baby. Are we finally getting
I highly doubt we'll find a donor with a higher M count, though.
midichlorians?
I
Okay.
recommend that we suspend all experimentation. I fear that the volunteer will meet the same regrettable fate if we proceed with the transfusion.
They're trying to bring the Emperor back by using Baby Yoda's.
Exhausted our initial supply of blood. The child is small, and I was only able to harvest a limited amount without killing him.
Mm-hmm.
I will not disappoint you again, Moff Gideon.
I'm getting everything I want.
Transmission. Moff Gideon is dead.
No. This recording's 3 days old.
If Gideon's alive, then
Look over there.
It looks like it has guns on it.
Seriously considering going over.
She got to Nebuchadnezzar it and go over the cliff and... Oh! I was hoping that that wouldn't be the case. She's destroyed the speeder.
Wait, is that my speeder?
That's what they should have took. Oh! Oh! I think these guns might be a little bit too large for the enemy that they're trying to... Oh, okay. I think. I mean, it's got the rider on there too in the projection of the target. Okay. That was fine. Hey, the helmet is empty. I love this new thing with the TIE fighters, how they lift off like this. I never thought of the TIE fighters' wings folding down like that until the Mandalorian. I guess it's just Empire equipment that everything just shoots off aim. Like no one. Although, if you guys have seen my Call of Duty Modern Warfare gameplay videos, either on my Twitch channel or now on the MAGA podcast channel, then you know that bad aim is something I'm no stranger to. I knew the gun was going to get taken down. He literally had to lock on and still is missing. Is that the Razor Crest? What is that? It is the Razor Crest. Alright, you don't have any fighters that could assist him? Oh, that's cool. Yep. That was really cool. Oh man, they're showing off. Even got the Stuka dive bomber sounds. Oh, great shot. Great. Oh.
oh boy.
Why the Mandalorian is giving us...
Flying, Mando. What do I owe you? With the repairs, let's call it even.
You using your cape for that?
Can I at least buy you a drink?
Sorry, I have some onboard maintenance I gotta take care of.
There's something going on out here. They don't believe it on the core worlds, but it's true. These aren't isolated incidents. They need to be stopped before it's too late.
This is important. This is good.
It says here you're from Alderaan. I served during Alderaan. Did you lose anyone?
Didn't the whole
I
planet...
lost everyone.
Yeah, didn't the whole planet get
I'm
blown
sorry
up?
for your loss.
Is it a medal? Is it a call button? Is it her badge? Oh, I recognize that without even seeing it all come into frame. That's Empire technology, baby. Oh, good detail. It isn't a Star Destroyer, but it's definitely Empire. There's Star.
What do you have for me?
The device has been planted as you requested.
Good. You will be well rewarded in the new era. Moff Gideon. The tracking beacon has been installed on the radio.
Yeah, I figured that's what the device that she was
Does
talking
he
about.
still have the asset?
Yes. Our source confirmed it.
And we will be ready.
And a little evil smirk. What is this? What is this? What we're looking at? Oh, Dark Troopers? Sith Troopers? What are these? I just see that they're all in black. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, that was episode 4 of season 2 of The Mandalorian, presented by Disney Plus. And yeah, I fell for the okie doke. I thought that the internet was telling me that Rosario Dawson was going to be in this episode, that she was going to be Ahsoka Tano. I know Ashoka. I thought she was going to be that character. And she was nowhere in it. But once again, not what I expect, but still deliver quality entertainment. This is 4 episodes in a row where I don't get what I was expecting, but I still am thoroughly entertained. Now, episode 3 actually did give me what I wanted. I wanted Empire. I wanted Mandalorians. I wanted continuation of the main story and his journey. And this episode just expanded upon that. The main thing I wanted was answers. Now, right now, those aren't concrete answers I was provided. They were, so far as just speculation. The things that's in the vat that I saw in the base in the lab, when they realized it was a lab, I'm assuming, and I could be very much wrong. Matter of fact, I'm 50-50 on this one, on how right or wrong I could be, because this could be what they call a red herring. But I'm assuming for right now, just for right now, that this has to do with episode 9. Rise of Skywalker. Let me just double check that. Yeah, so if you haven't seen episode 9, then spoiler alert, The Rise of Skywalker, spoiler alert, I'm going to go ahead and reveal the ending. So you can either cover your ears or fast forward. But in the ending, Emperor Palpatine returns. And apparently there were a lot of cloning experiments that led to this. At least that's what's said in some offhand line given by a rebel trooper when they find out that the Emperor's dead. Has returned in the movie. Like dark Sith technology, cloning, some offhand line that's said like that, and that explains how the Emperor returned. So apparently Snoke was a experiment, a cloned experiment, and there were multiple Snokes, and the Emperor returns through cloning. So possibly what's going on in that lab has something to do with either Snoke or the Emperor that we see in episodes 7, 8, and 9. Well, mostly 7 and 9. I don't think you see Snoke at all, or the Emperor in episode 8. Oh no, you do see Snoke in episode 8. He gets, I believe that's the episode he's killed in. Yeah. Yeah, so Snoke gets killed in. Yeah, once again, spoiler alert. If you haven't seen the Star Wars movies and you're watching The Mandalorian, then, you know, maybe you need to switch things up. I'm not going to keep saying spoiler alert. But yeah, that is really, really good that they're tying so many things in. They're tying in Alderaan. Alderaan has to do with the original movies, the original Star Wars. That was Princess Leia's planet that Grand Moff Tarkin blew up with the Death Star as a test of its power in the very first Star Wars. So the fact that our Marshal in this episode, the former rebel commando that he teamed up with in the previous episodes, is from Alderaan, and that was referenced. That's another tie-in to, you know, the Easter eggs, the canon, the lore of the Star Wars universe, bringing us back to Star Wars Episode 7, or the original Star Wars, sometimes referred to as the original Star Wars. And then us seeing the lab and those specimens in there tying in the new movies with episodes 9 and I guess you can say, yeah, episodes 7 through 9. And then another tie-in, they say M count. The scientist in the hologram, he mentions that the child's M count is high, and that's what they want to get the blood for. So the midichlorians, taking us back to episodes 1. Phantom Menace with Obi-Wan Kenobi and Qui-Gon talking about Anakin's midichlorian count. So a lot of the speculation I had about why do they want Baby Yoda was answered right there, because I believe in previous, I'm not sure if it was in episode 1 or episode 2 of season 2, where I mentioned that I really want to know why they want Baby Yoda. Is it for what they're talking about, the blood? Are they trying to I didn't know if they were going to try and convert Baby Yoda into a dark Sith, or if they or they just wanted his DNA because he has what would be a high midichlorian count, which is a high connection to the Force. I knew it had to do with the Force. I didn't think that they would. I was hoping that they wouldn't bring back the whole midichlorian thing, but by saying the M count, they actually didn't bring it back. They kind of did. And only, you know, I love the way that they're doing the fan service in this. Like, if you don't know, then it's not that big of a deal. Like, I didn't know who Bo Katana was in the first. Well, I wasn't exactly sure who she was. I was confusing her with a completely different character. But it still didn't affect the episode in no way. It's same with this. If you didn't know the term midichlorian, then it would have never even approached in this episode. The M count, they actually say M count instead of midichlorian, just so you don't have to know what midichlorians are. But if you do know, then you recognize when somebody says the M count in their bloodstream, you're like, oh, I see what they're doing there. And I appreciate that. I appreciate them not hitting us over the head with a hammer of, you know, take a look at this. This has to do with this. This has to do with this. It's very slight and subtle, but still noticeable. I'm really enjoying that. So, yeah, because as I say, I could be completely wrong about the lab specimen thing that they saw. It could be that those lab creatures have nothing to do with the Emperor or Snoke. They could be directly related to the black armored clad individuals that that Moff Gideon was around in the room with towards the end of the episode, who I'm not sure if they were nods to Kylo Ren, Darth Vader, or if they were nods to the Death Troopers from the movie Star Wars Rogue One. But either way, those are still tie-ins to the rich history and lore of Star Wars. So I really appreciate what they did with this episode. They even fan service themselves by bringing back the armored carrier, troop carrier from the, I believe it was the last episode of season 1 where the stormtroopers surrounded the bar. Like, I believe that was the first time I've seen that vehicle. Maybe that vehicle has been in some games that I haven't played. but that was the first time I've seen that vehicle on film, and then for them to bring it back in this episode, it was like, oh, you're doing callbacks to your own self, even with the as I said earlier, the TIE fighters with the where their pylons or their wings are flat, and then they straighten out to go straight vertical. I haven't seen that in any other Star Wars properties. Like, I've always seen the TIE fighters always with the wings like this and being suspended from like overhead carry compartments or attachments to keep as they stay. Even in the games that I played on when you on the Death Star or whether you on a Star Destroyer, is always they're hanging. They're like they're hanging with their wings vertical. I've never seen them have to have their wings completely flat and then they fold. I guess they fold inward to be flat and fold outward to be vertical. I've never seen that before Mandalorian, and now Mandalorian brought it into full effect with not one, not two, but at least 3 TIE fighters with those type of wings set up, and I really thought that was cool and original to the Mandalorian as far as I know. That maybe I'm mistaken. I could be, as I said, not completely up on my Star Wars lore, but I found that extremely well done and interesting. Like I say, the callbacks that they did in this episode were great. The episode itself, great. Baby Yoda still being greedy, still being, a food, just I don't even know. He just greedy. Baby Yoda is greedy. He bullied that kid out of his food, took his food, and looked at him while he ate it. And I'm glad he got sick off of it. But because you shouldn't be just taking people's stuff when they say no. Like the kid said no, it was his. But speaking of the kid, I don't know if Baby Yoda's a puppet or if I thought he was a puppet. I don't know if they were just using a puppet in that scene or if they were using like CGI and just had like a spot for the kids to look at. But the kid was not making eye contact with Baby Yoda, and it was very, very obvious. That's why I was like, I don't know if these are child actors or if these are actual just children of people who work on the show, or just random children. Because some of those reactions to seeing Baby Yoda, which definitely makes me think it was a puppet in there, and maybe that the kid with the blue macaroons or whatever they were, the blue snacks, maybe he just was a bad actor. I'm sorry. I'm rough on child actors, so it is what it is. I never liked Anakin in Phantom Menace. I just thought that he was annoying as heck. I'm just not a fan of child actors. They are not as cute as the directors want them to be, I guess, or assume that the audience perceives them as. They are not. But yeah, the Baby Yoda still being Baby Yoda, taking food that don't belong to him, eating things that he shouldn't be eating. But he did have the little comic relief moments when he was involved in the amazing well, it wasn't Star. It was I don't know what you call those space. They're not in space, but the TIE fighters versus the Razor Crest air battle. The air battle. He was adorable. I love the car chase scene, what you could call a car chase versus the speeder bikes or motorcycles. Loved that. It was well directed. It was very action paced. It was very entertaining. Got some more answers and more information on the overall story. Got the Empire still doing the Empire thing. Got to see, the strong, powerful female just whooping just all types. Honestly, she may get her own show. I could see her getting her own show based off of her performance in this, because she does look intimidating and powerful and impressive. Like, if I was a bad guy, I'd be intimidated by her. If I was a citizen in town, I'd be inspired by her ability to just kick ass. So yeah, I really think that I know that she's got to be somebody who's used to film, because she's not bad in her line delivery and nothing either. She's really a good actress, and she plays the physicality parts very well. So all in all, I enjoyed the episode. I'm looking forward to the next one. Not exactly sure where Mando is headed next, though. I know that he's on the run now that he know that Moff Gideon is still alive. And I know that Moff Gideon is now chasing him now that they got the tracker on him. But I'm not sure where his next destination is going to be since he didn't find out any new information. Wait a minute. I think he just stopped there for repairs. I got to rewatch the beginning of that episode. I'll probably figure it out when I'm doing the editing. But yeah, I think he just stopped there for repairs. But all in all, as I said, great episode. As I said, I'm recording this on the same day that episode 5 has been released. So I'm about to go ahead and watch that one right now. So you're going to probably see me in the same shirt for the next episode. But either way, thank you for joining me for this one. Don't forget to hit the like, follow, and subscribe. And till next time, peace and a bye-bye.